Hello friends and welcome to the Southern Mountain Kitchen. Today we're making mini chicken pot pies. So everything you see on my cutting board is what we're going to use in these, and there's really not much into it. I have some cooked chicken, which is about the equivalent of 2 medium chicken breasts, 3/4 cup of some vegetables, which are just frozen vegetables you can get in a bag. We have cream of chicken soup, some jumbo biscuits, they're grand. And then there's just salt and pepper, and that's really all you're using to make these, and it's really easy. So go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees because these are going to have to be in there for around 25 minutes once this is made. So go ahead with your bowl that has your chicken in it. We are going to add our vegetables, and then a half a teaspoon of pepper and a half a teaspoon of salt. And then we're going to add our cream of chicken soup. Now, just a reminder, the chicken that I was using in this was already pre-cooked, so it was just cooked in an oven, which, basically you're just cooking at 350 degrees for about a half an hour to cook that chicken. But anyway, now that we have all of this stuff in our bowl, we're going to go ahead and mix this up so that way the soup mix and all of the vegetables and chicken are getting mixed with the seasoning and everything is mixed through. So you just need to mix this around for a few times to make sure everything's incorporated. And then we're going to get ready to do the crust. So what I'm using is some muffin tin here, which actually is the jumbo large kind. It's not your small ones. And we're going to spray this with some non-stick cooking spray, and then we have our biscuits open. So what you're going to do is take your biscuit and flatten it out in your fingers. If you need, use some flour so that way it doesn't stick to you that much. And then go ahead and press this into where the muffins would be on your muffin pan. And this is going to make the bottom crust of the pot pie. And you're going to do this for each one of these as you go along, because this makes 6 of these mini pot pies. Now, as you might notice, that the can of biscuits I'm using comes with 8 biscuits, not 6. We're going to save 2 of them later to just make something to go on top for the fact that, you have 2 left over. So we're going to go ahead and get these all through the bottom of the pan and get them all in place before we move on to anything else. Now, as you can see, these go into the muffin tin really easily. You're just basically pushing down in the center and then making the edges go completely around. Really doesn't take much effort to make it shape up the way it should because these are round to begin with. And as you push them in, they'll take shape. The good thing about making these mini pot pies is they're very quick to make. They really don't take a lot of effort. And if you're in a hurry and you need something really fast, this is the way to go. And then here we have our last crust going in the bottom of this. Now what we're going to do is spoon in the mix that we already made up of the chicken and ingredients for the interior of it. And you're basically going to fill this right up to the top. So it's not going to run over, or you're not going to have a problem with that. But just make sure that you do fill it completely. And with the mix that we made up, there is enough of it to fill all 6 of these. So again, if you have not done it already, go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees because, as I said, these are going to be in there for about 25 minutes. And as I said before, we're going to use those extra 2 biscuits. So put them into the flour, press them out so that way they are flattened out pretty well. We want to make these as flat as possible. And then we're going to use a pizza cutter to literally cut these into strips. And we're going to lay the strips over top of the pot pies. Now it doesn't matter as wide as you make these or as narrow as you make them, because we're just trying to put a couple of these across each one. It's one of these situations where there's not enough biscuit to totally coat the top, but these do give you kind of a top crust. So go ahead and just take them one at a time and stretch them over. You can pull at these a little bit to make them go the whole width of it. It really will not break on you. And you're going to get these across all of them. So as you can see, it's just basically running them across the top and making them touch on the edges. Now, once we get these all on, we're going to brush them with a little bit of butter. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. This is an optional thing. But I do it because it makes it brown up a little better and it gives it a little bit more of a crustiness on the outside. So as you see, there were plenty of these to put across the different pot pies. And there really was no other use for those extra biscuits, so this is why we did this. Now, as I said, just gently brush them with some butter. You don't have to load this on, just enough to brush over top to get them coated. And then once you're done with this, they are going into the oven. And when they come back, they'll look something like this. And these are quick, easy, and they're great if you need a really fast meal. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you get a chance, check out my cookbook, which is available on Amazon and in bookstores worldwide. Have a great day.